Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. I am absolutely buzzing with the news that Simon will have mentioned already that one of the Olympians from Paris, one of the Team USA members of the USA men's gymnastics team, has been following our channel. So it's extraordinary. But Stephen Nedorosik, so here he is, completing his pommel horse routine, and I was watching this at the time because well, not only was the event won by Rhys McClenaghan, who lives in Northern Ireland, competes for Ireland, but this was the farewell for Max Whitlock, who has done extremely well for Team GB in pommel horse for the last couple of Olympics, was hoping to go out with a medal, and the person he was contending with for bronze was, of course, Stephen Nedorosik. And let's just shift that along so you can definitely see that picture. There we go. This is Stephen Nedorosik, and he became quite famous during the Olympics, especially with the US audience, for when it was his turn. He basically took off his glasses and competed with a flawless routine. I mean, I remember seeing it, and it was extremely good. And he took the bronze medal, and Max Whitlock came fourth. So very well done to both of them, but especially to Stephen. But then he revealed in a video, which I am linking under the, I'm giving you the link in the description field, so you can watch him for 2.5 minutes explaining how he wanted to track down a very hard Sudoku puzzle because he was finding Sudoku and killer Sudoku a bit too easy, and he found one of our videos called The Hardest Puzzle We've Ever Seen, and it was a Glipperal puzzle that he then accessed and spent somewhere between 20 and 36 hours solving, but he did get it done, and that is incredibly impressive. I mean, the guy already has these Clark Kent Superman vibes from the way he performs, and that's fantastic. So I've got this puzzle lined up for the next couple of days, and basically, if that's not as close to a Superman logo as I'm going to get, I don't know what is. The puzzle is called Kropki.s because there's this big S in it. It's by Nishant Agarwal, old friend of the channel. And I'm going to give it a go today. This is my honouring of Stephen Nedorosik and his brilliant gymnastics, and the fact that he's mentioned us. He's also a Rubik's speed cuber. He can do the Rubik's Cube in times of under 10 seconds often, which is, I don't know, it's some level of insanity that is beyond my brain. But he's a really interesting guy, and I'm absolutely delighted that he's getting into the variant Sudoku world. And I am not going to reciprocate by joining the pommel horse world, I can tell you. But thrilling. Well done. So we're going to look at this puzzle in a moment. Don't forget, on Patreon, there's still a week left to try, for the sake of a prize, our CTC Clone Pack Hunt by Skojojobo, which is top quality. And there's loads of other content on Patreon. My very hard crossword went up today, and today, that's right, there'll be a connections video tomorrow. That's the order. Yes, so do check those out on Patreon. Also, there's all of our apps, including Line Sudoku and Domino Sudoku, and they are well worth it. If you're basically sitting beside your gymnastics event waiting to compete, what better to do than a CTC puzzle on an app? And then, of course, there's Sven SUDOKU PAD and our merchandise. But this is the puzzle we're doing today. It's by Nishant Agarwal. Now, here's a little mental challenge for you. Can you draw this green line without taking your pen off the paper? And I'm really looking for the answer yes or no there, rather than challenging you to do it. Because I thought when I first looked at that, oh yeah, that's one of the shapes you can draw. But now I look at it more closely, I realise you can't, because there are 4 nodes with odd numbers of ends on, and that's too many. You need to have 2. So you can't. But it is a bit of a good old S, and it is a German whisper line. So the rules of the puzzle are these. Normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 will go in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Adjacent digits along the green line, like those two, differ by at least 5. So that could be 1 and 6, but it couldn't be 3 and 7, for instance. A black dot joins 2 digits with a 2-to-1 ratio, and a white dot joins 2 consecutive digits, and those are all we need to solve this puzzle. We get 2 given digits, a 9 and a 1. Give it a try on the first link under the video. You may be able to judge from the video length how hard it is. I don't know. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. So, right, we've got a black dot sequence in the middle of the grid. And if you think about the numbers that can be joined by a black dot, there's basically one family that is 1, 2, 4, 8, and another totally separate family that consists of the numbers 3 and 6. So we can't put 3 and 6 here because they're only 2 numbers. So this is a sequence from 1, 2, 4, 8, and the middle digit will be 2 or 4. And we're going to be able to work out whether these are the same polarity, meaning high or low digits, or different. Right, so I need to tell you the things that I know about German whisper lines. One is that you can never put a 5 on the line. The next one is that to maintain the difference of 5 or more, you have to have a number lower than 5, followed by a number higher than 5, followed by a number lower than 5, etc. They need to alternate. The third factor, which is quite interesting, although not quite so important today, I suspect, is that 4 and 6 are slightly difficult to place because their neighbours are not allowed to see each other. Now, what I mean by that is if you put a 4 here, any digit next to a 4 on a German whisper line has to be a 9. Now, that works fine here. You can put a 9 there next to a 4 here. But on the other side of the line, that cell sees that cell. So they couldn't both be 9s for that reason. So 4 and 6 are a little difficult to place, but there are a lot of cells on these lines where they could go. However, what we can do is mark up in colours alternating cells, which are either all high or all low. And I think those are all one colour. Let's make them yellow. Going to make the others red. And these are the other polarity, and I'm using polarity to mean high or low. And here is the point. These two cells are the same polarity, so this is not a 2, 4, 8 sequence, because one would be low and one would be high in that case. This must be a 1, 2, 4 sequence, and we have instantly learned that red is the low colour. So I'm going to convert all the red cells, to blue, which is my favoured low colour, and all the yellow cells to orange. And these are all the high digits. And this one, for instance, is in a box with a 9, but it's not allowed to be a 6 for the prurient neighbours reason I told you. They couldn't both be 1. So this can be 6, 7, or 8. In fact, we've got 4 orange digits in the central column. I can colour blue low. I mean, I wasn't planning to colour digits once we get off these lines. This one can't be 6, but it can be 9. Actually, that one can be 9. Sorry, I should do the pencil marking more correctly. One of these is going to be 4. And the digit it's going to connect with in the central box is going to be a 9. We're not allowed to put a 9 there, so we've got to put it here. That's a 9, and therefore this is where the 4 goes. So this can now be a 1, and this doesn't have to be 9. 4 connects to 9 again there, and this is why there are a lot of cells on this green line where you can put 4s and 6s, because their neighbours don't see each other, so they can be the same digit. Then we're left with a 7, 8 pair. Now, perfect. This cannot be a 7 down the bottom, because those cells would have to be 1 and 2 to be neighbours of 7. And we've got the 1 in the box already. So that's 8, and in fact, its neighbours must be 2 and 3. This is 7, and its neighbours are 1 and 2, and we know the order because of the given 1, and that 2 tells us the order of the 2 and 3. So we're flying along for once. That 3 sees this cell, which can't be a 9 by Sudoku now, so it must be an 8 to maintain the difference. 2 must see 7 down here once it can't be 9 or 8. I don't think we're going to be so successful because these are much lower numbers up at the top. This can be 7 or 9. This could be even 6 at the moment, 6, 8 or 9. However, this 1 sees both of these. So let's put in 2, 3 and 4 as possibilities there, and now 6 is ruled out of this cell by 2, 3 or 4 there. This one can only be 1 or 2 to be next to 7. This one, 1, 2 or 3. So we've got the green line fully pencil marked. Actually, I've just noticed this is definitely a 6 in this column. The digits remaining in the central column are 5 and 3, and we're flying along at the moment. Now, Nitient doesn't normally give us things at this level, so we'll see how we go. Maybe the whole puzzle will be, in which case maybe it's not entirely suitable for Clark Kent. Anyway, 7 not there means 7 is there. This is a 4-6 pair. What else have we got? 1, 3, 9, 2. We need a 7 in one of these cells. I may not be able to complete much more in the central columns. Oh, that can't be a 4 because this can't be a 9. This one could be a 4 though. Yeah, it's going to be a little difficult to get outside these. Right, let's go to these cells. Now, on a black dot, there are only 6 Sudoku digits you can put on there. 1, 2, 3 are 3 of them, but they can't go in these cells because of the 1, 2, 3 already in row 2. So these are from 4, 6 or 8. And the digits they are connecting to... No, well, there's a lot of possibilities. I thought it was going to be restricted, but it's not. Okay, this pair may be even more interesting. Right, look at this grouping here. We've already seen the 4-6 pair go in row 7. Everything else remaining in row 7 is 1, 2, 3 or 5. Now, I'm going to claim that this cannot be a pair from 1, 2 and 3. Because if it was, these cells on the white dots with those would have, this is a very clever move, this is classic Nitient actually. They would have to be from 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. If these were from if these were both, let's colour them so I can explain this. If these yellow cells were both from 1, 2, 3, to maintain the consecutive relationship, these purple cells would have to be from 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would give us 5 cells in the row from 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously, there are only 4 digits in the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's not possible. And what I'm explaining is that one of these cells is not from 1, 2, 3, 4. And therefore, one of these cells is definitely a 5, and one of these cells must be a 6, which, I don't know, maybe it's not going to do a lot, but it's quite interesting. And that takes 5 out of these digits, which are now necessarily low. I haven't been colouring everything that I could colour. I'm not sure that this colouring is going to be worthwhile, but I'll keep doing it for now. Now, okay. These make up the set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 in this row. Neither of those purple cells can be 5 because these yellows can't be 4 or 6. So these definitely include a 6, and they are from 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. And everything else in the row is from 5, 7, 8, 9, which is peculiar in a way. These two can't be 9s because of the box. This can't be a 7. That can't be a 7. I hadn't noticed that. Oh, this also can't be a 6 because these two neighbours have to be different. So that's, or put another way, that one can't be 1. So this is 8. That makes this 5. And now we are flying, I think. 4, 6, 4. I hope that move was necessary with the yellow and purple because it was really pretty, I think. Now, 5 comes out of those. 8 comes out of that. This is now forced to be a 7. It's basically a weird naked single given that 6 is in one of the purple cells. Naked single being a cell which can see all the other Sudoku digits in some way. Oh, this is great. We are cruising now. Oh, this has become a 4 in row 4, column 3. 4 always needs to be surrounded by 9s on the line. We get an 8 there. And now these digits cannot be 4 or 8. This is the time I should have started looking at the black digits. It's very surprising to have to look at the white digits first for a breakthrough, because black digits are so much more restricted than white digits normally. But the setup here was absolutely gorgeous. Now, these are 1, 2, 3, so we can remove 8 as a possibility here. This must be a 6-4 pair, sitting on top of a 3-2 pair. Yeah, 1 could never have been in these cells because 2 can't be in those. The remaining digits we have to place in row 3 are 1 and 7. We can take 7 out of those cells, which are now an 8-9 pair. Oh, I don't know what this is, but I can take 1 and 4 out of these cells. So one of the purples is 6 on top of 5, and the other one is 2 or 3. Now that could be on top of a variety of digits. Just doing a bit of available colouring. Oh, okay, I'm going to have to find something else to do because I sort of ran out of steam there. One of these digits, ooh, I was going to say they can't be from 1, 2, 3 because of that. It's not quite true. This could be 1, 2 if that was 3. So this is either a 1, 2 pair or it's selected from 5, 6, 7 in this column. Oh, and if it's 5, 6, we know which way round it is because of that cell. If it's 6, 7, we know which way round it is because of that cell. So it's either 1 on top of 2, 6 on top of 5, or 7 on top of 6. That wasn't quite what I was hoping for there. Now, this can't have a 9. Ah, where's 9 in this column? Nice question. 9 can't be there or there by Sudoku because of these digits, and it can't be on this white dot because it would have to be partnered with 8. So this is 9. Now, these are selected from 3, 4, 5, 6. This one sees the 2 odd digits from that sequence, so it's even, and this is odd, therefore, to be consecutive with 4 or 6. And something must disambiguate what we have to do next, or later. These digits are from 5, 7, 8 in row 2. 2 sees that cell. Oh, right. No, that's incredibly helpful. I hadn't seen that coming. This purple cell now has become 3 or 6, and that's telling us all about this pair. That can't be a 6-3 pair, or it would break this cell and leave no candidate available. So that's the 4-2 side. This is the 3-6 side. That's looking down at this cell, which becomes a 2. This is now not 5. The 5 in the row is here, touching a 6 in purple. Let's get rid of that colouring. It's done its job. I'm not going to colour blue and orange anymore. I think that's done its job as well, so sorry. 2 there makes this a 3, which is fine under the German whisper rule. Doesn't resolve that pair. Ah, this pair does resolve this pair now. Now what I mean, well, it doesn't fully resolve it, but it does remove 1, 2 as a possibility here. If you were to put 1, 2 there, both those cells would become 3. In fact, 3 is looking at one of those, so that's a 1. This is not 1, 2. This is now not 1, nor is that. Oh, 5 there makes this 3. That makes that 4. That makes this 2. Then we get a 3. Still doesn't resolve this pair. This is now a 1, 8 because of those. 6 and 9 can be filled in the bottom row. That sorts out this last white dot. 2 and 4. This is an approachable puzzle really at this stage. I mean, I really liked the step with the white dots, and actually then the one with the black dots was very neat as well. Classic Nitient and really quality stuff. 8, 9, 7, 6. So we get a 2 here, 4. That seems to be a naked 5. It sees every other digit in its row or column. That's a 1, 3 pair. 7, 8. Yeah, I mean, we're really just finishing off now. 4, 5, 1. That's a 9. That's an 8. Okay, I'm just going to remove all the colours because they're just not necessary now. So we get a 1 there to complete the column. Those can't be disambiguated. These can. 1, 8, 1, 3. And something has gone wrong in, okay, it's in box 3, where I've got 2 8s. Or is it because of the 2 5s in box 1? Let's go back a bit and just see where I did that. It was before the colouring removal. It was here. No. There. I made that an 8 for some reason, having made that a 1-3 pair. That is not what I should have done. Let's make that a 5. Let's get rid of the colouring again. Let's acknowledge that this is a 7-8 pair and that's a 1. I think, oops, this is working better now. Maybe I can't do that 1-8 pair. Can I do this 8-9 pair? No. I mean, it's a slightly different proposition. Oh, I can disambiguate 7 and 8. Now I can make that 9. That sorts out this pair. This becomes an 8. All of the pairs I've marked up resolve, which is more symmetrical than what I was doing a moment ago. Now 4-9 in column 8, 3-7 in column 9, 5-8 in row 4, and just a triple to finish off. And this is a good puzzle. 1-6-7. Sorry about the slight glitch, proving I am not Superman in disguise, which is surprising nobody. But we are delighted to have a bronze medalist as a fan of the channel. You're very welcome, Stephen. Do leave a comment. But thank you, Nityan, for sending the puzzle. That's great fun. Crocky.s. And a very interesting but approachable puzzle for us today. Thanks for watching. As always, hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.